Hey, you won't believe what happened to my friend last week. They just dropped $35,000 on what they thought was their dream SUV, and now they're stuck with what they call their biggest financial nightmare. That got me thinking. I need to save you from making the same expensive mistake.
Thank you so much.
I've done deep research, talked to mechanics, and test-driven these vehicles myself to bring you the real truth about 2025's SUVs. Let's start with the bad news. The SUVs that look great on paper but are total nightmares in reality. First up is the Volkswagen Tiguan, and trust me, this one's a real piece of work. You know how some people say they have a drinking problem? Well, this car has an oil drinking problem. I'm talking about owners having to check their oil levels more often than they check their social media. And that third row they advertise, unless you're trying to transport a family of circus contortionists, it's basically useless. At $30,000, it's like paying for a 5-star hotel and getting a motel experience. But wait, it gets better. Or should I say worse? Let's talk about the Toyota RAV4 LE. Now, I know what you're thinking. Toyota on a worse list? Well, sometimes even the straight A student fails a test, and this is Toyota's F- moment. The engine response is so slow you'll have time to finish your coffee between pressing the gas and feeling any actual acceleration. The touchscreen system, it's like they designed it to test your patience. Seriously, I've seen toddlers figure out iPads faster than this interface. Now, let me tell you about the Ford Explorer XLT. Oh boy, where do I begin? You know what's worse than having car problems? Having car problems and not being able to find the parts to fix them. That's the Explorer XLT for you. It's like Ford created a scavenger hunt nobody wanted to play. The interior space? It makes a tiny house look like a mansion. And the ride quality? Imagine riding a mechanical bull to work every day. That's what you're signing up for. And let's talk about the tech interface for a minute. You know how your smartphone just works intuitively? Well, the Explorer system is the complete opposite. It's like they designed it in 1995 and just slapped a touchscreen on it. Even simple tasks like changing the radio station or adjusting the climate control feel like you're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But here's what really gets me. The build quality. I was at a dealership last week and I kid you not, I heard more rattles and squeaks during the test drive than in my nephew's toy box. For a vehicle that's supposed to be a family hauler, it feels more like a compromise on wheels. And don't even get me started on the seat comfort. Long road trips? You might want to budget for a good chiropractor too. But hey, enough with the doom and gloom. Let me brighten your day with some SUVs that'll actually make you feel like a genius for choosing them. Before we get into the good stuff, let me share something interesting I discovered while researching these SUVs. You see the price gap between the worst and best SUVs? Sometimes it's just a couple $1,000. That's literally just a few dollars more per month on your payment. Mind-blowing, right? Now, first up, plot twist. The higher trim Toyota RAV4. I know. I just bashed the LE trim, but stick with me here. The higher trims are like the LE's successful older sibling who has their life together. We're talking about 28 to 30 miles per gallon fuel economy that'll make your wallet sing, safety features that feel like having a personal bodyguard, and interior space that could probably fit your entire living room. Let's talk about the Kia Telluride S. Remember when Kia was that brand nobody took seriously? Well, they're having the last laugh now. This SUV is like that quiet kid in high school who grew up to become a CEO. The V6 engine is smoother than your favorite barista's latte, and it can tow 5,500 pounds. That's like pulling a small dinosaur. At $39,215, you're getting luxury car features without the luxury car price tag. Let me tell you about something most reviewers don't mention. The small details that make a huge difference in daily life. The door openings, they're perfectly designed for easy entry and exit, even if you're wearing a business suit or trying to wrangle a toddler into a car seat. The visibility? Outstanding. Unlike some modern SUVs that feel like you're peering through a mailbox slot, the Telluride gives you a commanding view of the road. And can we talk about the second row for a minute? It's not just spacious, it's practically a living room on wheels. I'm talking about USB ports exactly where you need them, air vents that actually reach the back passengers. You'd be surprised how many SUVs get this wrong, and seats that recline to just the right angle. Even the cup holders are thoughtfully placed. No more spilled drinks on sharp turns. The Mazda CX50 is next, and this one's special. It's like that annoyingly perfect person who's both athletic and smart. You want to hate it, but you just can't. The turbocharged engine makes highway merging feel like a sport, and the interior looks so premium, your friends will think you got a raise. Starting at $35,200, it hits that sweet spot between luxury and value perfectly. And let's talk about the safety features. They're not just tacked on as an afterthought. The CX50 comes with sophisticated driver assistance systems that work so seamlessly you'll wonder how you ever drove without them. The off-road capability is surprisingly good too, making it perfect for those weekend adventures you've been planning.
Oh my God! Wow!
Last but definitely not least, the Honda CR-V. This is the SUV equivalent of that friend who always shows up to help you move. Reliable, capable, and never complains. The hybrid option means you'll be waving at gas stations as you drive by, and it's got enough smart storage solutions to make professional organizers jealous. Plus, it holds its value better than most retirement accounts. What really sets it apart is the attention to detail and everyday usability, from the perfectly placed USB ports to the clever storage solutions that make you wonder if Honda hired a team of organization experts.
That's impressive. That's really good. I mean, I'm very impressed by that.
The ride quality is exactly what you'd expect from Honda. Comfortable enough for long road trips, but still engaging when you want it to be. But here's something really cool that most people don't realize about the CR-V. Its resale value story. I was crunching some numbers the other day, and get this. After 5 years, the CR-V typically retains about 50% of its value. That's like finding out your 5-year-old smartphone is still worth half what you paid for it. Pretty much unheard of, right? And speaking of value, let's talk about maintenance costs. I have a buddy who's a mechanic, and he tells me the CR-V is one of the least frequent visitors to his shop. When they do come in, the parts are readily available and reasonably priced, unlike some of our worst list contenders. Oh, and here's a real-world test I did recently, the grocery store challenge. You know those times when you somehow end up buying way more than you planned. The CR-V's cargo area isn't just about the numbers on paper. The low-load floor means you're not doing deadlifts with your grocery bags, and the configurable storage solutions mean you can separate your watermelons from your eggs without creating a Tetris puzzle. It's these real-life practical features that make living with the CR-V such a joy. And let me share one last nugget of wisdom, the hybrid version's real-world performance. In city driving, I've seen owners getting even better mileage than the EPA estimates. We're talking about spending less on gas than some people spend on their daily coffee habit. Plus, the hybrid system is so smooth, you'll sometimes forget you're not driving a conventional engine until you pass that gas station, of course. So there you have it. I hope this helps you dodge some expensive bullets and find your perfect SUV. Drop a comment below with your experiences or questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more honest car talk. See you in the next one.